you'll have to excuse me as I'm also while going live here. So here's the wideband. Okay, I know it says only 22.1, but it is a success. The reason why it says 22.1 is because I could not find a single gauge on the market that actually reads higher than 22.1 air-fuel ratio, which is kind of unfortunate. We may end up having to get like another gauge, maybe some sort of an analog gauge in order to read a little bit farther, to more or less fine-tune it up in that section. But I did say that the plan was to get a little better gas mileage, which I don't know if we'll be able to get better gas mileage per se, but we will adjust the timing a little bit more. You can see I'm trying to get this to clear here. This is boost currently, which is -4 vacuum. Okay, we have 1.6 timing advance right now at idle. Engine coolant temp's only 190 degrees. The vane position says it's at 9. That's probably what my check engine light's on. We're doing some testing with vane positions in the code. It's kind of working out halfway decent. So the gauge works out great. So I'm going to post a little bit video here later of the install. And the gauge right now, it says lean like this, 22-1. Going down the highway, it's lean like it's supposed to be. But then when you start climbing a small grade, it'll drop to 21-1, which is perfect. That's where our fuel mileage has been coming from. That's one of the reasons why our fuel mileage is better than everyone else's, on top of the timing that we run. So highly recommended that if any other companies that tune diesels watch this, get an air fuel gauge and get your stuff running properly. But right now, with how much smoke we're pouring out, if you were to go out and get on it, the truck drops all the way to 10 or 11-1, which is super rich. And it's okay to be that rich momentarily, just to light the turbo. Once the turbo's lit, you want it to back off. You want it to be 16 or 17 or even 18-1 fuel ratio, because that's what's going to clean up the smoke. You get on it, and no matter what, no matter how clean your tune is, in order for it to run properly, you're going to have to put out at least a small puff of smoke to begin with, because that's what you're using to light the turbo. You're using it to spin the turbo even faster, which even, obviously it's a VGT. We don't entirely need that. It's like, God, I just can't get this to come in clear. We don't entirely need that, but it does help, and the torque is definitely more there. So if you look at my dyno sheet compared to everyone else's sheets, my dyno sheet, I make 150 foot-pounds of torque. I'm the only company that's made that kind of torque. And it has everything to do with when we spray the fuel and how much we spray. Now, so what we're working on tonight is we are going to start cutting back on the fuel in the upper part of the maps, which will allow us to clean it up. And as we're cleaning it up, the EGTs will drop as well, which will help the truck completely all around for racing, getting on it, going out having fun, mudding, beating on it, doing burnouts, or pulling trailers. Now, the install is nice and clean. You can't see anything. It's all hidden. I do have to get someone to come, and I'm going to have someone wire them into my spares on my fuse box. So if any of you guys are electrical geniuses and want to be featured on my my YouTube here, wiring in the electrical stuff to appropriately to my fuse box, just let me know, because I'm definitely interested in it, and I'm more than willing to help to pay for someone to come take care of that for me. Hold on a second, I gotta order some shakes here.
Thank you for choosing from. How may I help you?
Hi, I would like to do a small chocolate shake, and then I would like to get a medium chocolate malt.
What else?
That's everything.
It's gonna be 6 or 4.
Thank you. Sorry, had to go to Brahms and get some shakes here. The check engine light is something that doesn't have to be worried about. It's a low fuel rail pressure, which is a direct result of us literally maxing out the most possible fuel possible to the point where it's actually pulling too much fuel from the fuel rail, which is going to be the big issue when people start running compounds and things like that, is they're gonna run out of fuel. So the CP3 conversion is gonna fix that. So the CP3 conversion will hopefully be on the truck within the next 2 months, and then at that point that is fixed. We can run literally as much fuel as possible without we can run as much fuel as possible without having to worry about running out of fuel. And that's on top of me having a fast pump and a regular lift pump hooked up. So, but all right, I'm gonna end this as I'm pulling up to the Brahms window. They're probably gonna look at me like I'm a freaking whack job here.